Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a chess enthusiast or even just a casual viewer of the sport, then you'll probably recognize the name Magnus Carlsen. What you might not have known is that he recently played in a tournament, and he was in a match against a very strong young player named Jorden van Foreest from the Netherlands. This game was crazy for a lot of reasons, but today I'm going to be showing you, uh, hopefully you enjoy this game. I'm going to be showing you the whole game in its entirety, all 88 moves of it, all 88 wonderful moves of it, and hopefully we can all learn something, because whenever Magnus plays, it seems like we can always learn something from his games. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoy this type of content where I review these type of games. And here we go. Let's go over this game together. Okay, Carlsen versus Foreest matchup. Here we go. At the time of this recording and the time of this tournament, Van Foreest is rated 2735, Megs is rated 2840. So over 100 points higher rated than his opponent. Here, Jorden is playing with the white pieces and plays the move e4. We have c5, knight to f3, d6, and d4. This is what is known as the Najdorf variation of the Sicilian defense. If those words mean nothing to you, I recommend go watching some opening videos on my channel, because then you will learn some beginner-friendly theory on some of these very well-known, very much studied openings that have been played for hundreds of years. C takes d4 is what is played here. Knight takes d4. Knight to f6, knight to c3, and a6. This is one of the most common, if not, it's probably the most common position you'll see in the Najdorf Sicilian. f4, e5, knight to b3. And right now we have this trade in the center. We have a queen trade early on, and we have knight, bishop to e3, bishop to e6, knight to c5, bishop to a5. Whenever I play games myself and I'm not as high rated as these guys, I'm pretty close to how high rated these guys are. But whenever I play online, I feel like the first thing people think of when they pin someone's piece, and it's like this, where you can move the bishop back or whatever, but you don't have to. They automatically just take the piece because of how ugly your pawns look. And at first, black doesn't do anything, whatever. White plays bishop d3. Bishop c8, knight to b3, now we take, and the pawns are doubled, and they look kind of ugly. But now we have bishop to d7. I just feel like that's something that's kind of a must for beginners. Like, they have to take those pawns in order to double their opponents. That's just it's not negotiable. It's like something that you must do, which I find kind of funny. Knight to a5, bishop c6, rook to b1. So the idea here, basically, is to attack the pawn. You have two attackers, they have one defender. But now we go here. We take. I don't see, in this position, I don't even know why white took there. They could have, if they could have just left it there, and then, if they were to be taken, then they would undouble their pawns, but I don't really know. Whatever. I'm not someone who could answer that. We have rook takes b7, knight to d7, castles. So the pawn there is kind of just hanging, but we don't deal with it until the rook gets involved, in which case now we push it to c4, and now it is being defended by the knight. We have knight df6, knight c6, and here it's a pretty common idea for all players. I'm pretty sure any player, probably higher rated than 500 elo, I don't know, on chess.com maybe, would probably spot this. Basically, you sack the knight in order to get this skewer of the king to the rook, and then you're up in exchange. I don't know. Magnus probably didn't spot. I'm guessing Magnus probably didn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to say he didn't spot it. Magnus probably spotted it, but didn't care. I'm guessing that's the idea, because now he gained another pawn. I don't know. But now we have this, and we have c4. Rook takes a2, bishop to d6, king to e6, c5. Right now, we're only 27 moves in. There's 88 moves in this whole game, okay? So we still have 61 moves left. Okay. c5, rook c2, rook takes a6. We give a couple checks. The king moves back, rook to d1, We give okay. So here. Okay, let me back up here because this is very important. Rook to d1. Here, black seems like, oh, they're just giving up a free piece. Nope, no free piece. Why? Well, if you take, it's mate. Don't believe me? Watch this. It's mate. The knight blocks the only escape square. Do not fall for this. Do not fall for this, my friends, okay? If you're playing someone like this, and they do this, and they spot this, okay, make sure that you spot the whole position before doing this. I know it's hard maybe in bullet games or blitz games to do this if you're low on time, but pay attention. Pay attention to these, what may seem like just thoughtless blunders are real. And here white plays a nice move, which is sacrificing the bishop there on d8. But the idea here is that, just opposed to the last sacrifice here by black, this would actually, if black were to take, this would guarantee you a check, and the king would have to move, and then you could go back. Okay, very good idea here by white. King to e8 is played. Now we have rook to a8, f6, and bishop takes f6 check, discover check. Okay, now we have king to f7, bishop g5, rook takes c5. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so rook takes c5, bishop to c1, rook a7 check, king g8, h3. We move the king up. The rook comes in and gets involved here finally. Okay, rook gets attacked. We move the rook. Rook gets attacked. We move the rook. We offer trade. Black obviously does not want to trade, so we move the rook to d5. Now rook goes back to c2. Bishop to a1. Rook to a2. Rook to d5. Bishop to knight h to f4. We offer trade. We do not take. Now we go here. Good idea again by white, just sacrificing pieces. But in this case, you would get a rook for a bishop. If these guys were to play this game online, like on chess.com, I wonder how many like brilliant moves and what white's estimated elo would be. It would be kind of interesting. Rook takes. Bishop takes. Here, white could have just taken the knight. I don't really know why, but I mean, whatever. They probably know a little bit more than me. King to g3. We take, and we take here. It's a clean approach by white, I must say. Here you take the pawn for the bishop. Now you just gained another pawn, basically. Or you didn't gain the pawn, but I meant to say you actually just, hang on a second here. You just simplified, basically, is what it is. Yeah. Okay. King to h7, rook to a5, king to g6, rook to e5. So right now, white has the advantage, right? Black has 2 pawns for 1. Okay, they don't have any passed pawns yet. They have 2 for 1 pawns. It's the 2 for 1 special, but they have the knight also in there. The knight could possibly cause some trouble, right? So what white wants to do is they want to go after that knight. Knight to f5 check. You'll see a lot of knight moves in these final 20 or so moves. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of knight moves. Okay, so a lot of knight moves, right? King to f5, knight to e2, rook to e7, knight to d4 check. A lot of knight moves. Now the pawns finally move, but we get the rook involved here. The knight goes over into no man's land. We move the rook, blah, 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 here. The pawns are here. We trade. We go here. King to h5, and this is where the final hammer strikes the nail. We have rook to a2, knight to c4, rook c2, rook c3, knight to b1, and rook to d3. Why is it over? Well, this knight is totally trapped. Can't do nothing. For white, you could just bring the king. It's black's move. Black doesn't really have anything. They can bring the king, but you can just bring your king, or you can, go up and around. You've really got nothing, right? So white or black resigns here. Magnus resigns versus Jorden Van Foreest. I don't really know how much rating Jorden gained from this, but it might have been a few points because he did defeat someone 100 points, 105 points higher rated than him. But nonetheless, very interesting game for a myriad of reasons. But I hope you all enjoyed this game. I tried to address it as thoughtfully as I could, and provide you with this provide you an analysis of this very interesting game. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like the video if you did and truly like it. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy my analysis of these games. I'll try to, I'll be trying to, as the weeks and months go on, I'll be trying to provide more content, as it allows me to do, as my life allows. So, with that being said, thank you all so much again for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Make sure to check out the website in the link down below. Check out the links in my, in my about page or whatever to join my Discord if you want to. One bit about the Discord. If you do decide to join it, there's a lot of different areas where you can provide YouTube links, or you can even provide links to your games for me to to analyze them. If you would like to be featured in a video, if you'd like your game to be featured, rather, definitely go check that out, and I will be happy to do that. Again, the Discord is in the about page on my channel. Go check that out. I'll see you all for the next video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.